Okay guys, here's another video on a couple more graphs. In this video though, I'm going to make sure I do X and Y intercepts. Okay, but let's start with increasing, decreasing. That's sort of where we left off in the last video before this one. Increasing, decreasing. That's what we're going to do right here first. So in the first graph, guys, follow the red. If we go to the far left right here, do you agree if I follow the graph, it's going up? It's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and finally it reaches this peak right here. Now guys, we have to guesstimate here. If you look carefully, the peak is not quite, this is -1, that's +5, so it looks like it's a little bit to the left of -1, right? So anyways, the whole point is, you agree in red it's always increasing there. At this point, which I'll just mark in with black, a black dot, that's a special point which we're going to talk about here very shortly. As a matter of fact, let's talk about right now. Do you agree that's like a peak? And then, guys, follow the purple. Do you agree after the peak, it's now going down, it's going down, it's going down. If you follow the curve, it's always going down from there, right? Well, that peak right there, guys, right there, I'm going to guesstimate, you have to guesstimate, it's at -1.2, let's say, 5. Your teacher, as long as you get close, should give you full credit. But this is called a maximum, a relative maximum value. It's a peak. A peak is where it bottoms out or where it tops out at. Okay? Now notice down here, as it goes down, everyone let's see where my black dot is there. That right there is a minimum value, where it bottoms out. So if we were having to guesstimate, it's hard to see here, but that right there is 1, so it's a little bit past 1. So how about we say 1.3, and that's -2, right? Or is that -1? It's hard to tell. -3, -2, negative. Oh, no. Wait a minute. See, that's 1, that's 0. It's hard to see. Wow. Okay, that's -1. So I was right. So that's -1. Okay. So it bottoms out right here at that black dot at, let's say, 1.3. Let's see. Let's be a little bit precise. It looks like it's pretty close. You'll get away with it if you just say -1. 1.3 -1 is the minimum value. So those are what we call our relative max and minimum values, the peaks, the bottoms of the graph. Now, continuing on, guys, after this minimum value, do you agree it just starts curving back up again? And it basically is going to go up forever. So, the red part is where it is increasing. I'll use increase for short. And we would say it's increasing from -infinity. If I start all the way over here, far left, and it reaches the peak again at -1.2. So that's where it's increasing. It's also increasing after the minimum value right there, which I called 1.3. So it's increasing from -infinity down here, guys, all the way up to x equals, you use x as your reference, by the way. -1.2, then from 1.3 to infinity, it is increasing again. It's decreasing in between, right? So decrease for short, we would say from here to here, which is where x is -1.2 to +1.3, is where it's decreasing. Now, what about x and y intercepts? You know what, we'll save that for last. All right, this is the last graph, guys. Now watch carefully again. The curve, guys, first of all, let me graph the curve. The curve goes like this. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but anyways, the curve goes like that. Now always start with the left though. I kind of messed up and started with the right. But if I start up here at the left, do you agree this time this curve is always going down, 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 until it reaches this minimum value, that bottom point right there. So we already know we have a minimum value at, we have to guesstimate again. I think that's the middle of the coordinate system. So that's 1, -2, -3. So let's say we would say 0.8 is about right there, right? -0.8 to comma -3. That would be the minimum value I just made with the blue dot. Okay, do you agree right here? Let's just go ahead and do that would be a relative maximum value. We would say that relative maximum value, that peak, is close to 0. And then let's say 0.2, because it's a little bit past 0, right? 0.2, -1. And then we also have another bottom value there, right? And if I was to guesstimate, I would say that about right there is 0.8. So that's another minimum. I'm going to throw it up here. So positive 0.8. And it's a little bit past -1. Right there, I would say it's probably -1.3. Again, you have to guesstimate with these graphs, guys. Be brave. You can't just round off to whole numbers on these. Okay? So anyways, does everyone agree? We just found one minimum value there, another minimum bottom value there. We found one maximum value there. Okay? So we got the min and maxes done. Now, let's go back to increasing, decreasing. If you follow the red, guys, do you agree it was going down on the left side again until it reached this minimum value? Right? Do you agree that it's going up here in the middle of the graph, which I'm showing in green? Do you agree after that relative maximum value there, it's slightly, but it's still going down? And then finally, after this bottom value right here, our relative minimum value, it's going up again. Right? It's going up again. Forever. So, when we say decreasing, decrease for short, we have two intervals. We know, follow the black circle over here, guys, from the far left, which is -infinity, all the way to this minimum value, which we guesstimated at -0.8. That's where it's decreasing. Also in the middle, right in here, we know it's decreasing. Let's see, what was that x value I said right there again? I said it was at 0.2 to this x value at that minimum value right there is at, what did I say, 0.8, right? That's also, so there's my two red decreasing intervals. Now, the green is where it's increasing, right? So increasing, increase for short, we would say from the minimum here to the maximum there, that's from -0.8 to, what was that, 0.2. It's increasing. And then finally, starting right here, guys, to positive infinity, we would say it's increasing from, let's see, what's the x value again? Positive 0.8 to infinity. Woo! So guys, I hope this is making sense. I know it's confusing and tough to understand. Just like anything else, it takes a lot of practice and concentration. Okay? This is definitely a video you're going to want to watch more than once, pause it to try to suffer and struggle through it and absorb the information. Okay? Now, once again, I forgot to do the x and y intercepts, which is basically where the graph crosses x and y. And I don't want to make this video any longer than it already is, guys. So hopefully this helps your IM3 classmates out. I'll see you guys around.